refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take a few to lose. Built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get it. Let's get it. How's everybody doing this night? Tonight, we have a great show for you guys. We're a little late on the trade deadline news, but we about to let y'all know what we feel about it. So today, we are talking about the trade deadline that just happened last week. And we're just going to talk about a couple moves that were good, a couple teams that ain't do nothing, a couple teams that did some stuff that just didn't make sense. We're going to chop it down for you. Before we get started, though, I want everybody to like, subscribe, share this video with anybody that's an NBA fan because it's go time. It's time to get active. RBO has a new schedule. The schedule going forward for the remainder of the NBA season for RBO will be every Tuesday and Friday at 9 p.m., and then we're also going to have a show on Sundays, and that show will be between noon or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll give you those days, those times on the Friday show. So make sure you lock that in because your boy about to give y'all a schedule so y'all can know when to come here, when to be here, and what time, what day, all that. Also, down low in the description, you have a link to become a member. Become a member. Join the R2L family. You get access to these chats on Instagram where we talk live sports. Have every sport on there. You have a parlay chat. We have a little bit of everything. You get live debates. You get live news. You get a little bit of everything, man. I think it's one of the best places to be, especially if you're a sports fan and you like to talk sports. So check that out. Also, look down low and check out every show that we have on the network. We have a lot of guys that know a lot about what they're talking about, man. If you want to learn something, definitely tap in with everybody. Everything's linked below. But, we got all that out the way. It's time to get active. Shout out to everybody in the R2L family, man. Like I said, those chats, they get crazy in those chats, man. But let's go ahead and talk about some of these trades, man. We're going to talk about some of these losers at the deadline. Teams that you expected to make some moves and just didn't really do much, to be quite honest. Okay? First team that I want to talk about, they actually made a move, but I'm a little disappointed, to be quite honest, in this move because I thought this team was going to try to take advantage of the trade deadline. I thought they was going to try to, because they have a superstar on their team that's getting old, but he's still balling, and that's the Golden State Warriors, okay? We know that Kuminga has been a big trade piece that this team has had for a long time, and they finally made a move with Kuminga. And to be quite honest, I thought they should have been made this move, especially when Kuminga was having those good games. And they kind of waited a little late. They also got rid of Trace Jackson Davis. He was a young player. I thought that he should have got more minutes, to be honest, but he kind of plays that Draymond role. But they traded him to the Toronto Raptors, and they got a second-round pick via the Lakers. Now, that might be a little interesting because the Lakers right now, they were looking good, but they're starting to go downhill. But the Warriors ended up picking up Kristaps Porzingis, and they traded away Jonathan Kuminga and also Buddy Hield. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Kristaps Porzingis, when healthy, is a beast. He can score. He's a shot blocker. He's a shooter, and he just brings size out there, which is something that the Warriors hasn't had since JaVale McGee was on the team. Like that's the last time I think they had like a true 7-footer that can actually like catch oops and stuff. But do I think that move was enough for this Warriors team? I mean, did they forget they just lost Jimmy Butler for the whole season? And that's all that you do? You only trade away Buddy Hield and Jonathan Kuminga for Kristaps Porzingis. Like I said, Kristaps is a baller when healthy. But the problem is, can he be healthy? Can he be healthy? And you got an aging superstar in Steph Curry, and this is what you do. I was very disappointed in the Warriors. I thought they would try to get a guy like a Michael Porter Jr., a guy that got championship experience, a guy that is averaging over 20 a game alongside with Steph, a guy that's been relatively healthy this year. But no, they opted out and got Kristaps Porzingis. I did not like that trade at all. I did not like that trade. Now, another team that I think was a loser, straight up loser in this trade situation, is my squad, the Orlando Magic. Now listen. I know a lot of people are gonna say y'all been healthy for the most part. Y'all haven't been healthy all year. Y'all got young stars. Y'all just traded for Bane. Listen, we don't got no real center. All right, it's been shown. We don't have no center. Make a move. Make a move. We can't. You went and traded all those picks for Bane, and now you see guys like Trae Young getting traded for veterans. Anthony Davis. Let me look at his trade. Anthony Davis just got traded for a bag of chips, man. I just had it right here. You go. I ain't gonna lie. I think the Mavericks could have got more for AD as well. To be quite honest, I'm gonna keep it real. To be quite honest, the Mavericks traded. This is crazy. Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, Dante Exum for Chris Middleton, old head. AJ Johnson. Now, AJ Johnson, he a project player, but he got some stuff with him. I think they need to let him play now. Let him play this year with Cooper Flag. Let him play now because he tough. Tyus Jones, Marvin Bagley III, and a 2026 first-round pick from the Oklahoma City. Like, come on, bro. That's pretty much a second-round pick right there. Then you get a 2030 first-round pick from the Warriors and 3 future second-round picks from the Wizards. Come on, bro. I just ain't get it. Another team that I don't think this is a good move neither. I think that had a bad deadline. It's the Pacers. I mean, you picked up Zubac. Don't get me wrong. Zubac is one of the best big men in the league. Double machine. He's reliable. He's a guy, he can get buckets. He'll give you 20, 30 every once in a while. But he can match the intensity of the top big man. That's the type of center he is. He's one of the last big men that you can count on for a double-double. So I do like that for a guy like Hiley out there. Siakam ain't got to rebound as much. You know, that's cool. But to be honest, I would rather Hiley be paired with a more athletic big man. You know, the way they run up and down the floor, you know, I'm not saying Zubac isn't mobile enough, but I think them having a more mobile, a guy that's more springy, catching oops, I think that'll bode more well for this team, to be quite honest. But the reason why I think this was a bad move was, I mean, you traded away Ben Mathurin, who I think is a young stud. Do they forget this guy had big games for them in the playoffs? Like, this dude he's a good player. Now they've been messing with his play time. He started at one point and then he came off the bench. Now, he do get some injury problems at times, but I think Ben Mathurin is a young stud. Isaiah Jackson, who I think is a defensive monster, and they got the 2026 pick. They traded away a 2026 pick. This draft class is loaded. I don't know if y'all know, but the Pacers was on like a 15 or 13 game losing streak at one point. their coach needed one more win, I think, to get like to 1,000 wins, and they can't get it done. They couldn't get it done. I think they got it done probably like 3 games ago or something like that. But they also traded a 2029 first round pick and a 2028 second round pick. Now I think that's too much for Zubac. I'm sorry. You got Zubac and Kobe Bryant. I think that's too much. That's just me. Especially with the draft class that they talking about. Well, I know it's coming out. I've been watching college basketball, and these young boys, it's a lot of talent coming out for sure. But 2026 first round pick, Ben Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, 29 first round pick, 2028 second round pick. The Clippers got 2 first round picks and Ben Mathurin for Zubac and Kobe Bryant, and the Dallas Mavericks only got the OKC 2026 first round pick, bro. This is crazy, man. So those are just some losers that I really wanted to talk about right there, man. Now let's go to the winner side, because I want to talk about some good stuff that actually happened. All right. Yes, Joe, they traded their draft pick. This year's draft pick, Joe. First round pick, bro. I couldn't believe it. Like, at first when I saw the trade, I was like, okay, they got Zubac. Then I started reading. I'm like, no. Zubac is a beast, though. Don't get me wrong. I think he will bode well with them. I just think, like I said, having a guy that's just a little more active, springy, I think will bode way better. And possibly a guy that can shoot, too, will bode better with them. But that's that, man. Let's talk about just some good things that happen, you know. Shout out to Joe in the comment. He said they might get the number 1 overall pick. Hey, let's look at the standings right quick. The way the Pacers are playing, I can't lie. I did not expect them to be this bad. I knew they was going to be bad, but to be honest, it shows. Well, they did lose Miles Turner too. Miles Turner might can say some things like, y'all need me. Oh, man, they last in the East right now, y'all. 14-40, and they traded their first round pick. Oh, my goodness. I think the Wizards and the Pacers just traded spots within the last 3 months. You know what I'm saying? They just flipped the script. Like, they front office with, and they front office with. It's crazy. Man. All right, let's talk about some winners, man. Winners of the trade deadline. Okay, we're going to talk about some teams. I think it was a lot of good moves. Some teams made some little slight moves. Some teams made big moves. But I think it was some good moves made. Let's talk about the Knicks. They added Jose Alvarado to their team. I think that's a good pick. Jose Alvarado, they called him what? Grand Theft Auto Alvarado. Somebody know in the comments, let me know. But I think it's something like that, Grand Theft. He be hiding in the back, stealing the ball. And I think he's from New York. He can hit the 3. He brings toughness there. I like that. So I think that was a cool pick for the Knicks. Gives them a little more some defense at that guard position. When Brunson's out there, he's not the best defender. So you can throw in a Jose Alvarado out there to mix some things up. I think he's a championship caliber type player, just as far as what he brings. Also, I like the Luke Kennard pickup for the Lakers. Now, the Lakers need more, in my opinion. But I think Luke Kennard, I've been shouting for Luke Kennard to be a Magic, just because he's just one of the best 3-point specialists in the league. And to be honest, when he was with the Grizzlies, a lot of times he was asked to run the point. So he has some playmaking ability too. He's just a really good player, in my opinion. So I like that pickup for the Lakers with Luka and LeBron out there. They got a lot of guys out there that can't shoot. I mean, they're known to be shooters, but they just can't hit shots. So I like the Luke Kennard pickup. I want to see how he looks when Luka's out there, LeBron, all the guys out there, to be honest. All right, thank you, Joe. Grand Theft Alvarado. Hey, when he was doing that to everybody, CP3 was blown. Hey, I got to look at that clip when I get off here. CP3 was so mad at him when he did that to him. But speaking of CP3, he was traded to the Raptors in a three-team trade. I saw that the Raptors said they was going to ask him to not report or something. I'm like, what is going on with people? Why don't they like? What's up? CP3 called people out in the Clippers, and now he got a bad rep. I don't mess with y'all now, Tyronn Lue. I don't mess with that. I don't mess with that. That's not cool. All right, another move that I thought was pretty good was the Jared McCain move to the Thunder. Philly got the first round pick. I think that's OKC. Hold on, I'm a little confused. I'm gonna have to double check this because OKC pick was supposed to have went to what you call it? Who I just say the Maverick. So Philly got a 2026 first round pick. We'll have to check and see who pick they got. And they got 3 future second round picks. But Jared McCain, I think he's an excellent guard. Coming off, his rookie year, he took the lead by storm. He was getting 20 points like it was nothing. He was balling. So I think OKC adding more guard depth, like offensively, I think that's good. They had what's my boy name? AJ Mitchell. He was playing really good for them. Looks like his injury may be a little worse than they think, or they may, getting Jared McCain for some backup because he was balling for them. And when he's out there on the floor with that bench team, they are a really good team. Like the Thunder, they have been missing him for sure. I'm gonna just say that. So let's talk about some bigger trades now. Okay. Now we're gonna say the Wizards had a good trade deadline. They got rid of a lot of their expiring contracts and things of that nature. They started off getting Trae Young, trading CJ McCollum and Corey Crisper. And then I told you guys about the Mavericks trade, AJ Johnson, Tyus Jones, Marvin Bagley, Chris Middleton, OKC's first round pick, 2023 Golden State first round pick, and 3 future second round picks for AD, Jaden Hardy, D'Lo, and Dante Exum. I think this is really good for the Wizards. 2 stars on their team finally. It's been a long time coming, but shout out to the Wizards. I think they had a really good trade deadline. They got rid of a lot of expiring contracts, and they still kept their first round pick. They know what's up with this draft. Now, I don't like how they not playing people. I understand AD can't play. I don't know what's going on with Trae Young. He wasn't playing for real with the Hawks neither, so I don't know what's going on. They say he's hurt, say he's healthy, say they're going to sit him. So looks like they're tanking because 2 games ago, they had Will Riley out there, and he dropped 20 on the Pacers. Was that the Pacers? Yeah, I think no, the Pistons. My bad, the wrong P. He was cooking the Pistons, so they try anything to make it look like they trying to just see what they got. They really tanking. We know what y'all doing. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. We know what y'all doing. But the Wizards had a good one. I like what the Wizards did. Clippers. I just said I don't like what y'all did to CP3, but I do like what y'all did in the trade deadline. I just told y'all about the Ivan Zubac pick. Now, the Pacers trade their first round pick, 2029 pick, and the 2028 second round pick. Isaiah Jackson and Ben Mathurin. Like I said, I think Ben Mathurin is a young stud. Him alongside with Kawhi Leonard over there, I think that's a good pickup. And then we can't forget that they traded away James Harden. Yes, traded away James Harden for Darius Garland and a future second round pick. Now, if people thinking that why is this so good? Do y'all not know who Darius Garland is? Darius Garland can play some ball. Now, I did a little digging, right? And I had to see what he used to do without Harden. Like I had to look at some games without Harden. And they got the last 10 games he's played without Harden. And let's just read what he did. 29 points, 35 points, 26 points, 28 points, 27 points, 20 points, 30 points. One game he had 13 points, 25, then a 40-point game. So Darius Garland is big time. He just needs the ball in his hand. And he's an actual point guard. So I think him, Ben Mathurin, with Kawhi Leonard, and they just got the Pacers pick. They're going to pick up a young stud. I like it. I like what they're doing right there with that. As long as Kawhi Leonard be available, play. Like, what do you like? Come on, man. Because I like this. I think they did good for themselves. You know, they got. I don't think the James Harden and the Kawhi Leonard thing was gonna work. Either Kawhi not gonna be there or James Harden not gonna show up. One of the two gonna happen. You hear me? One of the two gonna happen. So I like that move for them as well. And James Harden to the Cavaliers. Now we kind of suspected that Darius Garland was about to be gone once Dennis Schroeder was picked up, but I'm not too sure how this is gonna look. I do like. I think this is the best passer that Donovan Mitchell has ever played with. He never had a passer like Harden. He is a bigger guard, so you know Darius Garland and Mitchell are shorter guards. Even though Mitchell got some size, he's short, but Harden has size, so that eliminates that mismatch factor. You know they got Jalen Tyson, so they was able to let go of Hunter. That's what got him Shooter. So I do like Shooter over that. I think Shooter is a really good backup point guard. He's a guy coming off the bench. He can win you some games. He's clutch. He's ice cold. He plays with the edge. Cavaliers made some decent moves, so I do think this helps out Jared Allen having James Harden out there. It helps out Evan Mobley, you know, because James Harden is a really, really good passer. He led the league in assists before, so that tells you just how good of a passer he really is. So that is a pretty decent move. I don't know if that takes him over the edge because we got to see what James Harden gonna do now. Him having a guy like Donovan Mitchell, I would say this. I don't think James Harden has had a teammate like a Donovan Mitchell either. You know, he's played with KD, he's played with Kyrie, he's played with Kawhi, he's played with Russ and all those guys. You know, Donovan Mitchell is a different type of baller though. He's a bucket, but he's a high volume bucket. Kyrie, not a high volume bucket. You know, he's a very efficient guy. Same with KD. Russ, come on now, we ain't gonna. When him and Russ played, Russ was playing center. You know what I'm saying? So, but Donovan Mitchell is really a guy that he's a certified bucket, and I think having James Harden there is going to relieve that playmaking pressure off of him. And Harden also is a bucket, so it's going to be interesting to see. I don't think it pushes them over the top, makes them clear, you know, East champions, East favorites, but it was a good move, man. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the Jazz. I said it on my show with my man Dad. I said, man, somebody got to get Walter Clayton Jr., man. Walter Clayton Jr. got to get picked up by somebody. And he got traded to the Jazz. Jaren Jackson ends up in Utah. I do like Jaren Jackson. I also said that. I said Jaren Jackson. I think the show before that. I said Jaren Jackson has to get traded to a team with a legit big man. I threw out the Blazers, Donovan Clingan, but they traded him to the Jazz, and they have a big man, Walker Kessler. So he doesn't have to rebound, and they got marketing. So Keontae George, this is the lineups I've been seeing lately. Keontae George, Ace Bailey, Lloyd Markkinen, Jaren Jackson, Walker Kessler. That's a big five. So the Jazz trying to build something over there. I do think they need a two guard, a legit bucket at the two guard. So maybe they might gotta, you know, to be honest, Jaren Jackson isn't a bad player. He just doesn't rebound. He can score, he can defend, he just don't rebound. So him playing on that team with size, man. Jazz building something over there. I do think they need a legit bucket though at the two. I don't want to say trade Ace, you know, top 3 overall pick. You can't just trade him in the second year. First year, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. But what you could do, you could play him off the bench. Or, play him off the bench. I think they need a 2 that can get a bucket. But to be honest, Keontae George is a bucket in his own. So I like this team, man. I like what the Jazz are doing too. Shout out to Joe. Jazz got a squad. They definitely do. Young squad trying to make some moves. I thought Markman might have been on the move, but he's still there. You know what I'm saying? Any other moves that I thought, I almost forgot. This is my favorite move. I think this move right here might actually make this team more of a contender in the West, because the one thing this team don't got is a lot of ball handlers, and they picked up one. That's the Timberwolves, man. They picked up Ayo from the Chicago Bulls. I think they gave up dang, what's the boy name? I can't even think of his name. Here we go. Here we go. Rob Dillingham. There you go. They gave up my boy Rob Dillingham. Shout out to Rob Dillingham. He's free. I saw the Bulls. They letting him rock. Oh, before I talk about that trade, let's talk about the Bulls for a second. The Bulls, like, to be honest, I was confused with the Bulls. That was the one team I was confused with. Like, they just traded a lot of people and got endless guards and endless second round picks. So I just thought, I don't know what they're doing, but hey, it's fun to watch them play with all those guards out there. I'll tell you that. So check out the Bulls. Shout out to my boy Big O. My guy, get him on the show so he can explain what they doing over there now. Because I'm a little confused, my boy. I'm a little confused. But this trade was good, man. I thought the Chicago, they traded Rob Dillingham. No, they traded Ayo and Julian Phillips for Rob Dillingham, Leonard Miller, a second round pick. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 second round picks from different teams. And I like Ayo, man. Ayo is a good guard, man. He just had a 21-point game for the Minnesota. And I think he's really going to help this team out in the playoffs for sure. Off the bench, giving him somebody that could give him some buckets, guy that can ball handle, he can create for others, play solid defense at the guard position. I thought this was a really good move for them. They did give up a lot of second round picks and stuff for him, but it's from other teams and things like that. So I like this move. I think this is one of the biggest moves in the trade deadline. And I think in the playoffs, that's when it's really going to show. Because Ayo, if you watch him in Chicago, you know he's a guard that can do a little bit of everything, and he plays bigger than his height. So that's something I think that's that's why he's been able to fit in so easily with the Timberwolves. He's a really good player. Plays with that grit and grind too. So I think this is a good pickup for this team. Ayo, let's get buckets, man. I think you're really about to lock in and cook for them. Just had 21 points off the bench, so hey, it's early. I saw a Timberwolves fan thanking the Bulls, like saying, the Bulls gave him up for second round picks and Rob Dillingham. Like, hey, that was a good swap for them though, because Rob Dillingham was supposed to be their backup guard, soon to be actually their starter, but it didn't work out. I could see Ayo starting, to be honest, but they might keep what they got going on and bring him off the bench, which is cool as well. But yeah, that's all your boy got for y'all today, man. Those are just some of the winners I thought that had made some good moves, did some good things for their team. And then shout out to Joe, man. He's killing it in the comments, man. Bulls had DeRozan, Levine, Caruso, Alonzo, White, Ayo, and got 0 first-round picks. And that's the worst thing about it, Joe. That's the worst thing about it. They got no picks. I don't know what they're doing. That's why I say, Joe, I don't know what's going on in Chicago. The Bears became good, and the Bulls was on that bull now. You hear me? I don't know. I said, y'all trade on these people. Y'all ain't getting no first round picks, but they did get a whole rack of second round picks, which there has been second round stars. I mean, this draft's supposed to be lit, but not that lit. Golly. So we're gonna see what they do, man. I'm confused. I'm lost. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all today, man. Tune in with your boy Friday night at 9:00. We will be going live again. We'll have everything up early in the morning so you guys can know what the topic will be. If you got any suggestions for topics, hit your boy up on Instagram. You could comment on here, anything, man. Feel free to ask. I'm down to talk about it. I don't like talking about, all the best players all the time. I like to give you guys some insight on guys you might not know about. You know what I'm saying? So definitely check out Ayo, because Ayo is definitely gonna make you be like, hey yo, he a baller. For real. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, Joe. But make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with anybody. Also, lock in, become a member. Check out all the other shows. I just had we had a show before me. Old Sports Talk. We had that come on right before me at 8 o'clock. Make sure you go back and check that out as well. And tomorrow is Thursday. So R2L will be live, and also Unfazed will be live as well. So you got a lot of stuff, man. Check everybody out. Check them out. And you know your boy Vaughn going to be back. All-Star break by to come. You know what that means? Teams get serious. They get serious. They get serious about the season. So you know what that means. That means real ballers, they going to ball.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.